Patriots, welcome to our September virtual faculty meeting. Hope you enjoy it. We just wanted to let you know that on Monday the 28th, we are having a countywide high school professional development here at Albemarle High School. Murray, Western, and Monticello will all be joining us here at Albemarle High School for a professional development day. We'll be sending out this week a Google site that we developed. There's a lot of times to work within PLCs, several sessions that'll be offered. I think you guys will really enjoy the day and give us a chance to connect with our counterparts in our other schools as well. So that will be on Monday the 28th. Another announcement we're going to be doing through broadcast, Cassandra's actually going to go on, and our SRO, Angela Jamerson, has asked us to remind the kids. We've had a lot of kids leaving a lot of personal belongings lying around unsupervised in places, and they're disappearing. Imagine that. So we could use your help in reminding kids. We have lockers, believe it or not. And also after school, kids that are in the gym, there's lockers. They're supposed to bring their own locks to lock it up, but they shouldn't be leaving their things around. Our SRO is getting overwhelmed with calls from kids and parents, so if you could help us with that, we'd really appreciate it. And then also, we'd like to let you know about our meeting for guidance. Guidance counselors set up meetings oftentimes with parents when kids are struggling. And it's always embarrassing when the guidance counselor a week or so out lets everybody know there'll be a meeting and only one of the teachers shows up to the meeting. And it's really hard for me to be able to justify to a parent that they've had no communication with the teacher beforehand, didn't show up for the meeting, and there's been no communication. So we are asking you to make sure that when a guidance counselor sends out an invitation and asks you first what days and times work for you, that you are working and communicating with them, so that when we do have these parent meetings, that everybody is present and at least communicating with the family to help the child. Thank you. Patriots, I'd like to introduce you to our new LTI, Learning Technology Integrator, John Heffernan, and he is here with us. He's officially starting in our building on Wednesday. He'll be housed out of the library. We're really, really excited to have him here on campus. He's a Google certified teacher. He's got a background in history, and he's from Ireland. So get a chance to come down and introduce yourself to him. Take it easy on him at first, but I think you'll absolutely love what he brings to us and what he's able to help us all with in our classroom and our websites and whatever you have a need for. So I'd like to introduce you to John.
Hi there. Hi folks, my name is John Heffernan from the west of Ireland. The weather here today is very much like where I've left, so at home already. So Anton, you need help with technology wise, let me know. So thank you.
Hello, I am Molly Garnet. I'm one of the school counselors here at Albemarle High School. I'm also the chair of the School-Based Intervention Team, commonly referred to as SBIT, and I want to show you some important forms that will hopefully be useful to you and your students.
Alright, so once you know that you want to refer a student who is struggling in your classroom to the School-Based Intervention Team, you want to go to the Albemarle High School website, click School Counseling, click the SBIT tab, which will take you to the SBIT referral form. Complete this form and hit Submit, and that will enter the student into the SBIT database. The more information that you give us, the more helpful it is in the SBIT process. And a quick overview of the SBIT process is, again, you have a struggling student despite lots of things that you are trying in the classroom and they still need help. So you refer them to SBIT. We will then make an initial decision. We'll decide if that student is SBIT appropriate, and if not, we will refer to the appropriate source. We will decide if that student needs an intervention, which will then start the response to intervention process, or RTI process. We will decide if the student is in need of a Tier 1, 2, or 3 intervention. A Tier 1 is a classroom intervention, a Tier 2 is small group intervention, and Tier 3 is one-to-one intervention. We will then schedule a Tier 1, 2, or 3 meeting with the student's parent, student, teachers, counselor, SBIT representative, and anyone else involved in that child's education. Lots of possible outcomes from SBIT, which we hope are positive and eventually help that student be successful. SBIT and RTI run parallel together. RTI is response to intervention. So a very brief overview of how RTI works. Again, you have that struggling student, you refer them to SBIT using the online form. We will decide what tier is most appropriate for that student. We will then hold a Tier 1 meeting to decide classroom intervention. After 3 to 9 weeks of data collection of that intervention, if it is working, we will keep them at that level. If it is not working, we will move to a Tier 2 meeting to decide small group intervention. After 3 to 9 weeks, we will decide if it's working or if it's not working, which will move us to Tier 3 intervention to decide a 1-to-1 intervention. After 3 to 9 weeks of data collection, we will decide if it's working, which again will remain at that level. If it is not working, that's when we will move to discuss a special education evaluation. When discussing a special education evaluation, we will look at the data that has been collected over the last several weeks that supports reasons to move forward for a special education evaluation.
So now you know where the forms are. The forms are pretty simple, but I know that the process can be somewhat complex and lengthy, so thank you in advance for your patience. And please don't ever hesitate to ask me if you have any questions or concerns. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Cindy Yu. I'm the SCA treasurer here at AHS. If any of you are willing to chaperone our homecoming dance on Saturday, October 10th, the 8 till 9:30 shift or the 9:30 to 11 shift, we really need your help. So please contact Steve Fouts if you guys are willing to help.